Over the past few months, I've been building Citadel of the Infinite Abyss, an insane difficulty, 18-floor, extremely stressful Citadel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the Citadel in its entirety, so if you go on to enjoy, please consider subscribing, because I'd love to hit 3,000 subscribers this year. So this is the Citadel for Ring 3 of Shark's Many Towers of Heck, my JTOH rings and Obby Creator. Now, if you want to play Ring 3, this is the Obby ID, but the Citadel itself is located on another Obby slot. COTIA places mid-insane, however that may change by the end of this video, because when I play through the whole thing, I might decide to change my mind on the difficulty. So, at the end of this video will be the final difficulty decision. But as I built it, I aimed for it to be mid-insane. So if you go this direction from the Ring 3 spawn, you'll come to this thingy, where Shark says, "What is this?" Player says, "It seems to be some sort of abandoned facility." Shark says, "And why does it resemble Citadel of Eternal Corruption, floor 10? Player says, "This mystery is only getting more complicated." Now from here you can actually get to the soul crushing as well, which I built before the Citadel, if you do this little parkour thing. So Citadel of the Infinite Abyss. We have sort of the things that go up here, scattered around the floor right here. So no vertical mobility, 18 floors, not for mobile, extremely stressful, no boosts. At the top here, various glitches required, turn back now, by Shark, that's me. And several floors were inspired by comments on my videos. I would have put this one on top of here, but there was no room, because I put the ceiling too low apparently. Anyway, I also made this very epic decal thing, because I'm still going to do that, just because I think it's cool, even though these load parts exist now. Alright, so here we are at the Citadel of the Infinite Abyss Obby slot, which has this Obby ID if you want to come play it. Now in between the floor 18 building video and this video, I built the lobby and win room. And the song I chose for the lobby was called Abyss of the Mind, which interestingly, the lobby music for Ring 1 Citadel was Mysteries of the Mind. That was just a coincidence, but there's a fun fact for you. Alright, so as you enter here, there's a sign that says, "Walk around on this concrete platform for a few seconds if the ladder doesn't deactivate and or the pink wall doesn't disappear." The pink wall is this. So that's actually because there's two buttons right here that you have to activate for it to work properly. One of them deactivates an insta-kill thing later on, and the other one activates these walls around here. The purpose of this wall and the ladder, the button that activates the walls here also activates the rungs of the ladder so you can climb up, and the one that deactivates the insta-kill also deactivates this. So you have to press those to be able to actually get through here, unless you use the fly tool. And then think of that, it's fine. Alright, so we got the same things here as we did, so there's no point in reading them again. And over here is a load part to Ring 3. And over here is a floor select, but we'll be using the portal, which takes you to floor 1. Player. Here we are at the third of 8 Citadels. Shark says, "Yep, this one's got quite a view, doesn't it?" Now, the whole frame is a zigzag shape, rotated 45 degrees, so you can still use alignment, to align yourself with the floor. This whole first 2 floors is a decreased walk speed and no jump, so you can reset both push boxes by pressing that button, because there is another one right there. So this is the first thing you need to do. You gotta get this push box to here, so that you can walk across to get to this push box, and then get this push box, I'm already doing this wrong, to here. And now that you pressed that, that activated this as well as this. Now, before you go over to that truss to climb up it, you need to use this push box to set up another jump. Except it's not a jump because you have no jump, but you know what I mean. You gotta move this push box to around here. That way when you go this way, you can make your way across here. So I built the Citadel, so, I kind of already knew that, but chances are what's gonna happen is you'd go this way after you get this push box, across the push box here, and then realize you need the other push box there, and maybe not immediately realize that this truss exists. Did I put this in the wrong place? Yes, I did. I'm just going to use fly tool there, because there's no point in doing that again. And then there is the spinning part, which will try to knock you off of it, so be careful of that. Then we got this little section here with a walk around. Let me try that again. There we go. By the way, this is an unmarked conveyor, but it goes pretty slow. Now, so far, this probably doesn't seem that stressful. Well, as you can probably guess, it gets more stressful as this goes on. Okay, you need to get on top of that cylindrical kill brick. Then you got these trusses. Then you got to do that. Maybe I could have done that better, but it's fine. Alright, then you gotta get onto the spinning stud. And then don't walk off too early. This says tip, walk sideways while on the ice. That just makes this a little bit more consistent. Now this is universal, but it's not a push block or anything, so don't get confused there. Alright, then there's some more conveyors, and you gotta get on this jump pad. And then you need to go on top of here. I don't think you can go on top of the frame. I'm pretty sure you can't, but I guess it can't hurt to test that. Yeah, no, you can't. Anyway, off of this platform, you need to go onto this truss, then wait for this moving platform to come over here. Now, don't get confused and accidentally go back here. I was about to do that, but... Okay, well, that loses more progress than if I'd have done that. But not if you're using fly tool. Now, be aware that this is a moving kill brick, so wait for it to appear, and then do that. The sign says, face into the wall and align your camera using greater than less than, and then hold W and A while spamming greater than less than. So this is called a wall walk. Probably higher than mid-insane, but I still included it because I wanted to. And so, there's this safety net. So you basically just do this until you can get on that ledge. If you're on mobile, just violently shake your camera instead of spamming greater than less than. Okay, then you have some walkarounds, a half stud walkaround and then a 1 stud walkaround. Keep in mind those are slightly more difficult than they would normally be because you have the decreased walk speed. Okay, once you press that button, you've completed the floor. These arrows indicate you go this way. The button opens the door here. Alright, welcome to floor 3. Some effects change. It's supposed to activate the wall. Alright, I fixed it. That's why it's a good thing I'm playtesting this whole Citadel. Player. Hey Shark, does any of this seem familiar to you like it was in Citadel of Abstraction? Shark says, indeed it does, but we can't enjoy the scenery for long. Question mark, question mark, question mark is surely on the way as we speak. Now, this will be mentioned later, this thingy here. This is part of Tower of Low Parts, which was a tower from Ring 1. You don't actually go down to that, but just like in the abyss. Alright, you got some wall hops. Then here you got another wall hop. There's a horizontal seam here. I guess it's more like diagonal. And then on these like angled platforms, you gotta do that. I remember when I built that, I had to nerf it a lot because it was really annoying. Alright, and then moving beat blocks. So just jump back and forth like that. Alright, now I got a conveyor launch onto this tightrope. Well, it's not really a conveyor launch. It doesn't really go that fast. Then some wraparounds that I just failed 3 times in a row, so we're gonna nerf that. There we go. And that one's slightly easier. Here's a heal part if you need it. Make sure you press a purple button, not a pressure plate, at some point on the section before you dance clip to go down, unless you want to get soft locked. So the pressure plates are a diamond plate material, and the buttons are metal. I think you step on this and then press this. I assume the text that got hashtagged was the timer. It says teleporter in case you get stuck in here. There's the purple button. Just press it again to make sure, I guess. Here's a teleporter in case you get stuck. Okay, that's another one. Then you got a dance clip through this kill brick. So yeah, I modified this quite a bit from when I originally built it in the video, because like it was just not really working. Might want to heal up before this. Falling sends you back to this platform. The semi-transparent kill bricks ahead are can collide false, and the fully visible ones are can collide true. So as you can see, there are a lot of kill bricks ahead. I could have added more, but I was kind of lazy. And this resets the location of this push ball. So this is quite easy. The reason you wanted to press the purple button earlier was because it deactivates the thing here. Now what you need to do is go across this conveyor and then quickly get off and go over to this truss. It activates this white truss for a few seconds, so just don't waste any time. If you run out of time, then you gotta go all the way back to the start of floor 3. But from here, before the next, like, safety net thing, it's pretty easy. I mean, like, there is sort of a safety net here, but, like, now I'm at a point where if I fall, I won't go back to that section before here, unless you go to there for some reason. Find all the buttons to progress. If you fall, you'll be sent back to this platform. Alright, this was the maze of jump pads, which, to be honest, wasn't even that much of a maze. So, I think there were 5 buttons you need, and once you get all the buttons, this will open. Don't jump on these jump pads, because they'll launch you up into this wedge and then fling you off. When I built this floor, it was somewhat based on a previous floor I had built in Citadel of Abstraction, the video for which was titled The Maze of Wraparounds. This floor was meant to be sort of like that, but with jump pads, and I think the way I could have made it more like a maze is if I'd have built it like I built part of floor 18, which is where I basically build the wraparounds first, or like the layout for the maze, sort of like I would for an actual maze. On the Maze of Wraparounds floor in Citadel of Abstraction, there's a thing that said Roro, but this time it says Roro Studios. We can go to this one next, and I've pressed 1 button. The other ones are shorter than that one, by the way. Actually, I'm now remembering from when I built this floor. I did sort of build a layout beforehand, but I guess I could have just done that better. Alright, here's another jump I'm gonna nerf. There we go. Alright, it's kind of hard to see this, but there is a cylinder wrap there. I mean, cylinder truss ladder thing. This is called a lodge. You need to do that. And then I'm holding D, or I guess if I turn this way, I'd be pressing W. You can shake your camera a little bit to get to that jump pad, which will like boost you up on top of here. Then be careful here not to get flung or anything. It might happen after you press the button though, but that's okay. Gotta wrap around there, and then this is a ledge grab to get to that jump pad. There we go. And there's the button, and I believe this is the last one. You need to go to this tightrope looking thingy, and then wrap around to that button. I can tell if I've pressed it if the door opened, which it did. And there's a sign here that says the exit is in this direction, but buttons are required. So you can't jump here. Well, I mean, you can, but the ceiling is right there. So there's like some walkarounds. That last one is kind of weird. Alright, now for the outside. You can't jump on top of here, so don't even try. You need to go down to this ledge, and then the outside is pretty easy. And you can kind of get a preview of what's ahead in the Citadel, so get ready for that. You will hit your head on most of these jumps, so be aware of that. Then you need to jump to this, and then do that wraparound correctly so you don't hit your head or anything and fail the jump. Move your camera around the outline cube to see where the can collide false parts of the wall are. You can kind of tell if you just look closely, but this is made of glass, so it makes these sections of the wall that are 0.02 transparency completely invisible because I don't know why, that's just the way glass is. This is path 1 of the floor. You'll return to this several times to move the push box along. You'll have to complete several tasks from path 2 to do so. If the push box falls or touches the red bricks, it will be respawned. But nope, it'll be not respawned and you'll get soft locked. Player says not respawn and you'll get soft locked. Shark says, welp, it looks like question mark is here. So you can't do anything with this push box yet. So if the player falls, it's supposed to teleport them, but the teleporters are broken for some reason. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I have no idea why. This is path 2 of the floor. You'll complete several sections throughout it to help move the push box from path 1 along. Falling will send you back to the start of the floor. So we start by going on these ice kill bricks. Then you got a ladder flick to hit this fading part, and then wait for it to disappear. Then ladder flick across. Then probably need to go into climbing animation there. I could have done that ladder flick better, but it's okay. Now, the red outline kill bricks are like timed platforms or fading platforms. You only see them on this floor, by the way. And then do that tightrope thing carefully, and there's the button. You can just jump straight down or jump to the teleporter if you want. It doesn't really matter. But you now need to push this push box down here. Then carefully do that. Try not to have it hit the red bricks, because if you do, then the push box... These are teleport paths, not respawn parts. Because the push box teleported down here, as well as these, they'll just teleport it like somewhere in the distance to where you won't be getting it back. Do this part very carefully and get it to the pressure plate. And you'll know you've pressed it when you see the gray platforms along here activate. So just jump into the kill bricks, or teleporter, as it's supposed to work. So these are wall hops. We have a little maze of wraparounds thingy here, and so it has a mixture of wall hops and ladder flicks and stuff. We got another one of these jumps where you gotta hit the teleporter. That's definitely teleporter. Alright, and then do that, and ladder flick across there. I'm saying all the wrong words. A button is required to get through here, so don't think you can just like walk through that or anything. There's the button, and it'll deactivate it for 15 seconds, so you can jump to here. Oh, and just so you know, if you happen to fall in there, you'll get insta-killed, but if you land on the teleporter kill brick thing, you should be fine. Whoops, I did that wrong. These are fading kill bricks. You need to go across here and then wall hop onto the ice kill brick here. So you can't really stop until you get to here. That is, assuming you do that right. Oh, I didn't even see this. There's a sign that says tip, look ahead. There we go. Stand there for a second to line up the jump. It fades really slowly, so... I mean, not really slowly, but it's like 2 seconds or something. When you jump to this ledge, the ice kill brick will deactivate for 3 seconds. Repeatedly wall hop until it reappears, and then you can jump back to it. Then make your way to the button. Alright, so it's probably best to do this using alignment. Oh, let's go. I did it correctly. I'm so good at this game. Alright, there's the button. After that, you can just jump down. Now you need to take the push box, and it says try clicking these fading parts. If you do that, they'll disappear. Or like, you know, start disappearing. Oh no. Warning, make sure the push box presses this button before it falls to the platform below. It activates 3 gray trusses. You know, I'm just gonna do a funny thing called using my editor mode abilities to just respawn the push box, even though you're not supposed to be able to do that. Okay, so try to push this more to the right, like given the direction I'm currently facing, rather than the other side. After that, you'd go back to path 2, and so you go on these now activated gray trusses. Using the glass spinner, look at the platforms inside the block you're standing on to see the location of the invisible platforms beneath this sign. The edges beneath this sign are can collide false, or beside this sign. Use the right preposition. So this platform is actually 0.02 transparency. It's a little bit harder to tell than it was with the wall over here, but yeah, just look to see where these platforms are. And this represents the edges there, which are not can collide true. You don't have to jump on all of them, like you can jump here and then here if you want. The button on the left activates the final platform needed for the push box for 1 minute. The button on the right deactivates the button if you wish to restart the timer. 60 seconds is way longer than you need, by the way. If the push box goes in here, player is not allowed. If the player goes in there, then you get insta-killed. And it deactivated this wall. That takes us to the next floor. This one's one of my favorite floors of the Citadel. Question mark, says theory of relativity. You know, I'm just gonna go into fly mode so that I don't have to keep moving. Player says, there's a black hole in the distance. I can feel its gravitational pull from here. Shark says, wait, the theory of relativity. Time back on Earth is going faster relative to us. Who knows how bad it is this close to the black hole? Here, just 1 hour could be 7 years on Earth. That might be why we saw something that looked like Tower of Low parts from Ring 1 earlier. Time is a resource now. We gotta move quickly. But there isn't actually a time limit, so you can take your time for now. And some of the wedges at the edge of the floor are can collide false. So you can see the black hole over here. It's supposed to look like it's further away. But the parallax effect, which is where, like, as I'm moving around, this appears to be moving also. If it were actually the distance away that I want it to appear as, it wouldn't be moving that fast, but there's not really anything I can do about that. Now, some of the dialogue here is sort of inspired by the movie Interstellar, which you should watch if you haven't. So yes, pretty much everything is a conveyor. And here, you don't just have to stand on these 0.05 ledges or whatever it is. It, like, extends out a little bit. And so you gotta look on this neon to see where they are. Alright, then we got some wall hops. You gotta get to here and go into climbing animation. Right, yeah. As you get closer to the black hole, the conveyor speed increases. Then you have this push box section. You're trying to get to this button. Just kidding. It starts moving the whole push box section because it's like getting pulled in by the black hole. That just falls and then eventually gets pushed off the ledge by the conveyor. Your healing has been disabled. It remains that way for the remainder of the Citadel. However, there is one thing that heals you to full later on. You can see how I'm not at full health, even though I haven't touched any kill bricks since the healing was disabled. That's because I'd already lost some health from like the kill bricks here. And the part that disables your healing is right here, so probably before you do the push box section, just wait and heal to full. And by the way, even if you fall to before the point where it deactivates healing, it like doesn't reactivate. And also, I'm going to nerf this because bad. Okay, I'm about to die. This is a problem because there are kill bricks ahead. And I can't even place a heal part because I'm at max part limit. Alright, I just exited and re-entered the obby slot, so we'll be good now. Okay, there's a ledge on the other side of here you gotta wrap around to like that. Well, I could have done that better, but it's okay. And then you're back to this, so you gotta look at where these are. You gotta look kind of closely because there's some smaller platforms like 1 studs. And once you press this button, you have 10 seconds to get to where it indicates it's like going to, which is here. Then you go through there. That was actually kind of a perfect way of doing that transition. But yeah, it teleports you to this like box for like a cutscene. So question mark is saying this, but it doesn't say that. But I mean the text font, you know, you can maybe figure that out. Stress and anxiety, an obby player's greatest enemy. Click to continue. You're not in the clear forever, player and shark. Get ready. The signs here say that the song that plays the next floor is Collapse by Me. But you know, we can't put our music into the game because we'll never be able to set audios to public. Like honestly, it's been over a year. If there were any plans to actually allow people to set audios to public, it probably would have happened by now. But I'll just play that in the background when I edit this. Oh no, the floor is breaking apart. Hurry, use the safety net while we've got it. It looks like it's moving apart very slowly, but it's because of easing style, so it moves faster as it goes on. So you can see there's like a mandatory kill brick, so you can't avoid it. Here you actually can avoid that though. And same goes for these moving kill bricks. Okay, I still hit it anyway. Oh, there's a timed kill brick there. Forgot about that. These purple platforms aren't button activated or anything. Like, they're just colored differently for decoration. Here you got a wall hop. So do that. Then you got a weird wraparound to there, which is slightly easier than it may appear. High jump to reach the button. There we go. I think I pressed it. Yeah, I did. You'll know you've pressed it when these yellow platforms activate. Here you can take 2 paths. This one is easier and shorter, but I made it miscolored so you might think it's like a falling platform or can't climb falls or something. I guess I'll show both routes anyway. So do that. On this miscolored platform, if you're not careful, you will fall off of it though. I mean, I guess it's true of all platforms, but more so here because it's like rotated weirdly. And you'll need to go into climbing animation there. And there's the button. And then the other route is basically just doing this again. There's the button, even though I already pressed it. So it activates these blue platforms. Now here you can jump there or straight to here. I guess jump straight to here because that's faster. And then we have a funny truss, but it's not too bad. I honestly forgot what I had in mind is what you're supposed to do here. I think I did have it so you're supposed to wall hop and get on top of this tightrope. Not that you're supposed to wrap around on top of here or anything. But you are supposed to wrap around onto this 1 stud. Don't go that way because there's an insta-kill. Alright, you go through here. There's that kind of cool effect I made using those neon parts. Then you got some push box related things. All the buttons are colored the same, so you gotta look at the wires. So the universal part is an elevator, well, a moving part. So you gotta do this to activate that, and then also walk over here to make sure it keeps updating and doesn't do that weird thing push boxes do, where it'll stay in the same position and just go straight through the moving platform. Now you gotta do that to deactivate that, then you gotta do that to deactivate that. Oh right, these are fading parts, I forgot about that. This button is can collide false. You can jump straight to it and then land on that platform. Originally I had it so you jump to that and then you had to land on this ledge, but I decided to nerf it by adding that. The can collide false button activated this, which allows me to move the push box off of here, but still be able to get through here. The reason I want this push box off of this button is because while it's on the button, and I mean pressure plate by the way, it deactivates this, which you need to progress. So now do that carefully and go on top of here. So that also is needed for that purpose. And then you have this button, which will activate platforms and an arrow telling you where to go. So go on this spinner thing. Alright, and then just make your way back here using the newly activated platforms. Then you got 1 final tightrope to the next floor. This is terrifying, just looking down and seeing nothing but the infinite abyss below us. Title moment. Alright, so just sort of follow the arrows. There's some pointing this way, you need to jump down here. There we go. And be extra careful not to hit kill bricks. I mean, if you hit a few, it's okay, but healing is disabled. Remember that. Now, I don't think you can make this unless you, like, wrap around so you don't hit your head. That's why I put the kill brick there, to discourage you from doing that. So you need to do that. You might still hit the kill brick anyway, but I didn't there, so it is possible to not hit the kill brick. Oh, and by the way, if you see any, like, platforms down here that are connected to these, don't jump to them because there's, like, a button activated section. So if you do that, then you can't get back. Be extra careful of these insta-kills, and this resets the push ball, which is that push ball. And so these wires off of these buttons took forever to build. They go over to there. Well, except for this button, which connects to this. So these all have like a 2-second timer. So just do that. And if you have them all activated at some point, then for 5 seconds, it'll deactivate this wall. Then you can jump down, and I don't know why there was a lag spike there. You'll press a button as you fall down here. And so, yeah, that's the button activated platforms I was just talking about a second ago. Now, these move around, which is kind of cool. This spinning part is going to try to knock you off of it, so don't let it do that. Wait for this to move up to the point where you can jump to there. Then wait for this to move down to the point where you don't do that. You do that. And then this works best as it's moving down, and you can kind of high jump to help it, but you need to get on top of here. And then you got a scary conveyor launch onto here. So just make sure you time it right. That was not timed right. There we go. Oh, and don't do that either. There we go. Alright, then you need to jump to here, and these things will like go down when you jump to them. It's supposed to be like you're on this rope, and then it like moves down a little bit when you jump to it. And don't try taking any shortcuts, because there is an insta-kill here that prevents you from doing that. Yeah, sometimes they're a little bit broken, and the button that's supposed to deactivate the button that makes it go down doesn't deactivate, so it moves them back up. There, I think it worked now. Now you need to jump to this truss. Probably not like that, because you want to line it up right, because there's that insta-kill. Alright, I just nerfed this jump onto that one stun, because it was really annoying. Okay, so there's kill bricks here, but healing is disabled, so try to avoid them. I could have been very evil and made these insta-kills, but I didn't. Alright, this is semi-transparent, because it's just showing you that it's the moving part, like destination. And then do that so you go into climbing animation. The semi-transparent cubes are can collide false buttons. You'll need to wrap all 360 degrees. Technically, you could also wrap 180 degrees and back, but I think it's easier to do that. And these are timed. So, you know, don't take forever. Shark, you built this citadel. Do you know if there's any heal parts anywhere? I think there's a difficult survive the kill brick section outside the floor with a single-use heal part. It's optional to attend this section. It was meant to be a skip if you want to take the risk. It seems as though question mark has blocked off this shorter route. Looks like we'll have to go the other way. Question mark. Nice try. Oh, I never made this section fully work properly, did I? Why is there a random button? Oh, actually, I think I can delete this. This is a button deactivator, actually. I think it was just so I could test it. I guess we'll find out if I shouldn't delete that. The heal part heals to full, but you can only use it once. After 20 seconds, a path will appear to the exit. Only the center cube is can collide true. Alright, so jump for it, and then say goodbye to that heal part. So you gotta go this way to get to it. You don't have to jump to it that precisely. Apparently I forgot to change the walk speed and jump power back to normal here, so when I deleted the button deactivator, I got an extra part from that. But I'll need another one, so I'll just delete one from floor 18. That way I can get an extra part to place another global properties part that sets your jump power back to normal. Where all these effects are, there's like 15 different things here. One of those is a heal to full part. Don't even think about jumping down and taking a shortcut. Then right here, there's a button that deactivates the heal part, so you can technically use it multiple times. You know, you can't take any damage until after you get past the invisible button that deactivates it. So when I was doing this, there was that timer for 20 seconds. If you wait for it to reappear, this doesn't go anywhere, so don't even try. You got a conveyor launch there. Not too bad, though. So this is my favorite floor of the whole Citadel. Well, 2 floors, I guess. The video for this was the depths of the abyss. So we start with just this, like, normal section. Not too bad. And here we gotta sort of go outside, but I mean, the whole thing is pretty much outside after floor 10. I mean, not really, but, you know, same punishment for falling. Then you go down this elevator, and some effects should apply. It sometimes doesn't activate all of them, which I tried to fix that by, like, putting some around here, which sort of fixed it. Sometimes you have to, like, select the advanced tools part, which is kind of a problem because I'm the only one who can go into edit mode to do that. Welcome to the depths of the abyss. All lanterns, neon white cubes, are can't collide false. Flashlight giver. So the lanterns and the flashlight will help you see. The platforms that are the color of the floor, which is this pink color, are easy enough to see, but the gray ones not so much. Find 5 buttons to progress. You'll be teleported back here after you press each button. You can do these in any order, by the way. We'll do this one first. You need to go on these blue 1 studs, but actually you can just like jump to here because there's this big platform here, but the fog end prevents you from seeing it easily. But you can do that if you want. I think this is what remains of floor 10 of Citadel of Abstraction. I'll bet one of the buttons on this floor is still operational and is one of the buttons we need to press. So because I built this, I know which one it is. It's this one. well, like this way. And this is a push box. Fun fact. Player, this is the button. So you press that. Oh, and yeah, when you press them, it'll teleport you back here. It said that there, but I apparently forgot I read that. Let's do this one next. The lanterns ahead have lost power, so you'll need to use the copper blocks to fix this wire. When you see 6 dots below the sign, you'll know you've done the section correctly. They actually do still emit light. There wasn't any way I could actually make the light be connected to a button, like, because the modify effects button property just, like, doesn't work right for some reason. So what it instead does is you can't really tell the block is emitting light unless there's actually something it's emitting light on, which there kind of is there, but oh well. So what these actually activate, and you actually need 2 of them to activate all 6 of them, is these platforms. And so you can kind of see them just enough to make it to the green button. There's another button in this direction. Just be careful not to hit that insta-kill. And that was close, okay. As I was saying, you'll probably need your flashlight to see the platforms here, because there's only like 1 lantern. Well, except here. There's the button. Alright, we got 2 remaining, and this one will be a timed maze. I've added a timer to this maze. If you run out of time, your run ends. Luckily, it's pretty easy. The timer is connected to the floor, so if it runs out, then the floor deactivates and you fall into an insta-kill. There's the button. And the last button, although like I said, you can do these in any order, is this way. No jump. Tap the movement keys lightly. That should prevent you from accidentally hitting the insta-kills. Whoa. Dang it. I accidentally pressed S. Now I gotta annoyingly reactivate all the effects and buttons. Let's try this again. This might look like it's kind of difficult to not hit the insta-kills, but it is not that hard. Unless you accidentally press S, so don't do that. Now that you've pressed all the buttons, all these platforms are activated, and you can go this way. Then we actually have another button section right after this. Each time you press a button, the object blocking the elevator door will shrink, and after you press enough buttons, you can get into the elevator. Each button press will teleport you back here. Well, it actually teleports you back here, but, you know. So the first one is over here, and the next one is this way. This one you do have to press in order, but, like, there's no way you can accidentally press them out of order because these walls also deactivate, like, so that you press them in order. And also you can see this object got a little bit smaller after I pressed that button. There we go. There's the next one. You can see it's still smaller. And there is, like, an invisible wall thingy also that prevents you from dance clipping. So don't think you can cheese this anyway. Now you can fit through. Same for the other elevator, by the way. When you touch the moving part, it starts moving because it's touch activated. And then you've completed the depths of the abyss. However, there is a quick section to finish off the floor. Be careful not to hit that kill brick, even though I did, but it's fine. Alright, now we're at floor 15. This is the last place you can get teleported to, other than the win room, from the floor select. Fun fact, I guess that's why I said that. And it might look like you can land down there, but no, you can't. You'll get insta-killed. So don't fall. Here is required damage, so if you want to take a less risky wraparound and take more damage than just 1, which you would for doing the half stud, then do this one. But actually the half stud's pretty easy, so just do that. Now when you land on this platform, the abyss will start chasing after you, which is an insta-kill. The abyss chases after you. If you want to take the kill brick hits to do, like, easier, then you can. It does not skip a very long section though. And then you can actually just jump straight to this teleporter. And inside this box, you gotta press the buttons, which will, like, let you get to the next one. And there is also a lower gravity. Until you get to here, there we go. All the gameplay flips upside down when you press the button. During this section, you can only stand on decals that are on a part that is currently activated. Okay, so you need to get to this button, which there's text that says button. When you press that, it'll flip the gameplay upside down. Also activate this thing, which is actually a conveyor, but it moves slow. Now you can definitely see the abyss. Now you press that teleport pad. The floor seems to be fragmented by the abyss. Maybe we can restore the gameplay somehow. So you can't get across this bridge, but I mean, where else would you go? It's so not where there's clearly gameplay. So these buttons will restore the sections by, like, adding a platform like that. I usually make inlet parts be trip parts, but not here. They're just normal parts, other than the fact that they're button activated. If you want to do a farther and riskier jump to this one and avoid the kill brick, then you can. And then do these falling parts, but wait a second before you jump off of them so that you don't hit your head and miss the jump. I press the button, so now you go back this way. What did the button activate, you may be asking? It fixes this platform, or restores it, I guess. So now we're technically at the last floor, but you go back to floor 17 for a second. Now watch out for that moving part. Okay, there's the button. I might have taken too long. I think it's still possible I can survive though. Okay, I just gotta do this fast, but if I keep failing, it's gonna keep happening. Okay, I died. That's great. Okay, I did the 3 floors better this time. So there. The sign says tip, walk straight forward without jumping, by the way. And the abyss, like, the closer you are to it, the more damage you'll take. So you might have noticed I didn't, like, immediately die. And then you go across these, like, 5 spinning platform thingies. Well, moving platforms that are kind of spinning-ish. I guess I'd consider this the final stretch. This maze of wraparound thing, but it's actually a maze more than before. Jump to this 1 stud thing. Do this, wall hop, and then go back inside, wrap around, and then you're gonna press this, and then it's gonna activate this platform beneath you. Just kidding, you fall to your death, but no you don't. Haha, funny jump scare. But the button will also activate these 1 studs. And so the Abyss is still chasing after you at this point, but this is sort of like at the end of it. So like after you pass the place where you need to press this button, you're probably good. We got some more push box resetters here. Unlike on floor 6, I think it was, it'll respawn, as you can see, if you do something like that. Alright, there's the button, or the push box button. There's 1 more button after this. Well, probably more to make things work, but like, you know, there's the activate self-destruct sequence. Run, we gotta escape the Citadel. Similar to the Abyss chasing after you, that's now happening with just an insta-kill because I didn't feel like making another Abyss thing going the other way. You need to get the increased walk speed and jump power, and then run back across the whole Citadel. Be careful not to hit any insta-kills or anything along the way, because that would be bad if you did that. And then this is actually the end. Not across the whole Citadel, actually. There's the end. Well done, player. You've successfully destroyed another Citadel. 5 more remain. While escaping the Citadel, you fell into the black hole. You are now on your way to Ring 4. The challenges ahead will not be easy, but if you're determined enough, you will always succeed. Take the win pad, player. You've earned it. Alright, well that's the end of the Citadel. We still have the win room to show. So, you just won another Citadel. This one was meant to be extremely stressful. Well, you certainly deserved the win. Even just 1 legitimately completed floor is always an achievement. Thanks for playing the Citadel. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed building it. I worked very hard on the Citadel, so a like on this obby would be greatly appreciated. As always, you can watch the videos of me building this on my YouTube channel, Roro Studios. And you can always join my Roblox group, Roro Studios Fan Club, too. What else can I shamelessly plug? You can click this sign to play Ring 4 once it exists. Finally, you're probably ready to learn who question mark really is. Well, you shall soon find out. We got the floor credits right here, but of course it's gonna hashtag a bunch of stuff. I believe if I do this, it'll like fix them. I don't feel like doing that, because they'll take like 30 seconds because I have to wait 10 seconds in between each one. So here's a screenshot I took earlier when I built it with everything not hashtagged. Here's my character model saying, thanks for playing. There's a cake that somewhat resembles the color scheme of Citadel of the Infinite Abyss. And you can go up here to a little seating area with a couch. Click or tap the doorknob to return to the lobby. It'll like activate that reset part, which will send you back here. Now it's time for the final difficulty decision of Citadel of the Infinite Abyss. What I've decided is that it's going to remain at mid-insane. The first half of the Citadel, which is floors 1 through 9, in my opinion the gameplay is actually a little bit below mid-insane, but then after that, where the floor goes away so there's no safety net, the difficulty is, in my opinion, like mid to high insane, so that averages out to mid-insane. Alright, well, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please remember to leave a like and consider subscribing down below. Next Saturday, there's a very cool video that is going to be posted. Like, very cool. You really don't want to miss it. I mean, I guess that's what everyone says about their own videos, but yeah. Subscribe so you don't miss it. So thanks so much for your support on the videos of this series. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.